Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing products that I feel like could be high-end, but they actually cost less than $10. Drugstore makeup has gotten so expensive and it's hard to find anything under 10 bucks these days, let alone something that's actually good. And these products aren't just good for the price. I know some people will say, oh, this is really good for a $5 lipstick, but I actually mean these could be high-end. I could pay so much more for them than I actually did. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I have a couple of blushes to start with, and these are really all products that I've discovered more recently. But if you'd like me to continue doing videos like this and showcasing other favorites in my collection under 10, I can definitely do that. And if you aren't subscribed yet and you like drugstore makeup and dupes especially, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go because that's the main focus of my channel. So let's go ahead and start with the first product, which is these ColourPop Super Shock blushes. These are actually their Luminous or pearlized version. I have two different shades, 360 degrees and Jump Turn. So I have talked about these before here on my channel, but I had to mention them again. They're just so phenomenal. They've actually become some of my most reach for blushes this summer, and the Super Shock formula I feel like is just so easy to work with. You can apply it with your fingers or a brush, and it's just a really beautiful cream to powder formula that doesn't disturb your foundation underneath, and there's no sticky residue on your cheeks after application. And these two shades have just a hint of a glow. They're a really fun summery pop of color for my cheeks, so I've just been using these so much. I do love the original matte Super Shocks as well, but for some reason I reach for more glow in the summertime, so I've just been using the heck out of these. And speaking of glowy blushes, if I'm not wearing these, I'm probably wearing these. These are the e.l.f. Luminous Putty blushes. These also came out not too long ago. I actually did a whole video trying on every single color in the line, so I will link that down below in case you want to check that out. But these are $7, and like the ColourPop formula, you can also apply these with your fingers or with a brush, and they have that same powdery dry down. And while I love all the shades, I was particularly excited about the shade Barbados, which actually looks like a deep brown in the jar, but on my skin it is the most flattering rosy bronze, and these have a glow, but it's not super intense or glittery, so I feel like it doesn't enhance texture on my cheeks or highlight my pores. So these are another great option if you don't want to bother with highlighter, you just want to apply a blush and get that beautiful glow to your cheeks. These are amazing. And like I said before, if you'd like to see what these look like on my cheeks, definitely check out my video from a few weeks back. Okay, so one more quick blush and then we'll move on from cheek products. So this is the Makeup Revolution Hydra Bright Cream Blush. This is $8 and I have the peachy shade, and this is almost a spot-on dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm Light Wand, right down to the packaging, and the formula feels pretty much identical as well. It gives your cheeks a little bit more of a glow than the ColourPop or the e.l.f. blushes, so it's truly like a combination blush and highlighter in one, but at the same time, it still doesn't look glittery. It's really more of a pearlized finish, and it's absolutely stunning. I like to just dot this on my cheeks right from the tube and then grab a little brush. In this clip, I'm using the Profusion Buffing Foundation brush, but it's a nice dense brush, and I really like to use it for blush. It's a perfect size for that, and this also doesn't disturb your foundation underneath. It dries down to that powdery finish, so there's no stickiness whatsoever. I really have been enjoying these as well. Also from Makeup Revolution, let's talk about their new cream bronzer. This is incredible. I started using this a couple of weeks ago. I bought it at Ulta, and to be honest, I don't always love everything that Makeup Revolution comes out with, so I really didn't know what to expect. But once I tried this, I was hooked on it. I haven't even been touching my higher end cream bronzers from Chanel and Tarte because I'm such a fan of this formula, and also the color as well. The light shade is a little bit cooler in tone than the Chanel bronzer, so I just feel like this works better on my pink toned skin. Plus, the cream to powder formula just melts in and looks so natural. It gives a really skin-like satiny finish. It's not a flat matte, so it doesn't look muddy. It gives the tiniest, like barest hint of glow. And I like to just apply this around the perimeter of my face with a semi-dense brush, and it just adds the perfect amount of warmth, and it doesn't move my foundation around. It really is effortless. It takes almost no blending. I just kind of pat it in and I'm good to go. It just gives my skin the most beautiful warmth. So this could easily be a higher end bronzer. I actually did talk about this in a recent dupes video that I did and compared it to the Chanel and the Tarte. So if you'd like to see those color comparisons, definitely check out that video as well. But yeah, this is a good one. And once I showed it in that video, I got so many comments down below saying that you guys love this one as well. So it's definitely a hit. Next up, I had been on the hunt for the longest time for a brow gel that would actually hold up my brows. My brows point downward, so the hairs grow down, and it is so annoying. They always look really messy, and most brow gels would keep them up for like a short amount of time, and then they droop during the day, and I'd have like some of the hairs that were pointing down, some that were sticking up. My brows were a mess. But then a couple months ago, I tried the Anastasia Brow Freeze, and I fell in love with this because it actually held up my brows all day and kept them in place. So I was hooked on it. But you guys know me, as soon as I tried this, I was like, okay, I need to find a dupe, something that will hold my brows as well as this does. And e.l.f. does have a dupe, and that one's pretty good, but I feel like it doesn't hold them quite as long as the ABH. So then I kept on looking around and I found this. I heard so many people talking about it on YouTube. It's the Got To Be Glued Styling Spiking Glue. So this is actually for hair on your head. It comes in this giant tube, but a lot of people, it was kind of a little hack. They were using it on their brows, and it works even better than the Anastasia. It has insane hold, and I've been using this every single day. I haven't even really touched my brow freeze, and this is a giant 6-ounce bottle that costs around $6. So it's gonna last me, I don't know, years, because I just use the tiniest little bit for my brows. And I have to take a little spoolie brush and kind of just squirt a little bit of this onto the spoolie and then comb my brows, and I'm good. So you can find this pretty much anywhere, Walmart, Target, drugstores. It's amazing. But I recently found out that because so many people were doing this, Got To Be came out with a brow gel. So it's actually in a tube with an attached spoolie. It is way more convenient, and it still has that same incredible hold. I feel like it's a little bit more expensive to get it this way since it's $8 on Amazon, and you can get that giant tube for like $5 or $6. But it is better for travel. We're gonna be going on vacation in a few days, and I'm definitely bringing this one instead of this giant thing. But I think when I'm home, I'll probably like save this and just keep using this because it's gonna take me so long to go through, and it's basically the same exact thing. But yeah, if you can't find anything that'll actually keep your brows in place, try the Got To Be, whichever form it comes in. It's amazing. It's the best brow gel I've ever tried, hands down. And then when it comes to my eyes, I have been using my ColourPop Super Shock shadows religiously. Every day this summer. I feel like I haven't really touched too many of my palettes unless I'm filming a video. That's usually when I'll take out a palette if I'm reviewing it or if it's in the video or whatever. But on days when I'm just home or hanging out with friends and family or running errands, whatever it may be, I love these ColourPop Super Shocks because I just take one color, slick it onto my eyelids with my finger, add some mascara, and I'm good, and I have a beautiful look. I have some higher end cream formulas like the Laura Mercier Caviar Sticks, the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize, and I don't reach for those like I do these. And I think it's because these just come in such fun colors and finishes, and they're so inexpensive. They're like $6. I feel like I can collect more of these and maybe take a risk on a color that I normally wouldn't wear, that I wouldn't do with the expensive versions. And these are a cream to powder formula, so I can just pat them on my eyes with my finger, blend them up a little bit into the crease. Sometimes I take a little brush and do that. And it's an easy one and done look, and they don't crease. They last all day on me. So it's such a solid formula, and I just love these. They're awesome. Also for eyes, I was recently at Dollar General looking around in the makeup section, and I've been loving LA Colors lately. I actually have a couple of their products that I want to share with you today. The first one is this invite only palette. It's $8.50, and honestly it's really tough to even find an eyeshadow palette for under $10 these days unless it's like a small little mini palette. This one has a lot of shades in it, and I was not expecting anything from it, but I was totally blown away by the formula. The first time I used this, it just completely wowed me. The shimmer shades in particular are insanely smooth and pigmented. So let me show you guys just a few live swatches so you can see how these actually apply. They go on full pigment pigment in just one swipe, and they're not crumbly, they don't have glitter. They're just a really like all around solid formula. I couldn't believe it. The matte shades are really smooth as well. I don't feel like they're as pigmented as the shimmers, but they're buildable and they have a really nice formula that grips to your skin. They're not too powdery. They don't have a lot of fallout. So I just feel like they're very easy to work with. So I was just blown away by this palette. It does come in other colorways as well. They had like a rosy toned option. They had like a purpley one. I just grabbed this cooler toned option to try, but now that I know how great the formula is, I will definitely be back and try those other ones as well because it's so good. Also from LA Colors, I had picked up this concealer just to try. I think it was $2 and I was like, why not? Let me see what it's all about. It's called Conceal It and I have it in the shade Fair. So this comes in like a little squeezy tube, and honestly the brush isn't my favorite because it's hard to control. You have to squeeze the product to get it out, and sometimes you squeeze it a little too hard, but it's not the end of the world. I usually just put a little bit on my hand and then work from there. But holy cow, when I tried this for the first time, I was like speechless. I was not expecting such an amazing formula out of this $2 concealer. When I first applied it, I was blown away by just how creamy and lightweight it was. It just blends into your skin with almost no effort and has great coverage, but it never cakes up because it's so lightweight and thin. It just leaves your under eyes looking brighter and concealed, but it doesn't look like there's any product there, which for me is ideal because I have dry under eyes and I have some fine lines. I'm 44 years old, so it's tough to find a concealer that looks good under your eyes, let alone something that was so inexpensive. This is something that I really don't hear a lot of people talking about, but it's incredible. If you don't have a Dollar General near you, they do have on their website like a little store locator. I think they sell them at Five Below, they're at Christmas tree shops, and some other drugstores, and you can order off their website as well. Some of the products say in-store only, some of them they'll ship to you, so it just depends. But yeah, I just couldn't believe it. This has actually been like my favorite concealer lately, and it's probably the cheapest one I own, so it's amazing. And then I also, the other day when I saw the eyeshadow palette, I saw that they, LA Colors has a new mascara. It's called Biggie Lash, and it's a tubing mascara. So you guys know how many tubing formulas I've been trying lately. I've been on the hunt to dupe the Thrive Cosmetics tubing formula because that one is my holy grail, and I've tried a couple of different Korean versions now from Cleo and Hamish. I also tried the new Tarte one, but this one, again, I'm kind of like speechless because when I first started applying this formula, I was immediately thinking of the Thrive one because you don't need a lot. Some of the other tubing formulas I've tried have a drier, like moussey type feel. This one is wet just like the Thrive one. I feel like it's a darker black like the Thrive is, and I don't have to add too many coats. It builds my lashes up really quickly, and I was super impressed with it. Again, for mascara that only costs a couple of dollars, I was blown away. And this has only continued to get better the more I use it. When I filmed this demo today, I was like, wow, this is really like the Thrive one. I mean, it was in the beginning, but you know how mascaras have to just kind of dry out a little bit, and like after a few uses, they get better and better. That's how this one is. And even the Thrive one, I feel like when I first used it, I was like, it's okay. And then the more and more I was using it, I felt like it just kept getting better. And this does the same thing. I liked it at the beginning, but now I absolutely love it. So I'd love to hear from you guys if you've heard of this one, if you've seen it in stores, or if you've tried it, and what your thoughts are, because it's so good. And then last but not least, I have a really amazing lip product from Moira that I just wanted to mention again. I know I've talked about this in a previous video as well, but it's their new Luminizer lip gloss. So I'm wearing one today in the shade Kai, and this one is like a light peachy shimmer, but they do have some that don't have shimmer either. And this is just such a high-end formula for under 10 bucks. It's amazing. It's actually like a liquid lip balm. There's no stickiness to it. There's absolutely no scent as well. It feels so good on your lips. It makes lip lines sort of fill in and look a little bit smoother. Obviously, it's a gloss, so it doesn't last all day or anything. You do have to reapply it, but it could easily compete with any of of my higher end lip glosses, and it comes in so many beautiful colors. I have quite a few of them now, but it comes in even more than what I have. So these are definitely worth checking out if you want a more hydrating lip gloss that just makes your lips look really smooth. These are fantastic. So anyway, guys, that's all I have for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this and found it helpful, and I'd love to hear your favorite products under 10. If there's anything that I haven't tried or you haven't seen me try in a video, let me know and I'll be sure to include it in the next one. So I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. As always, I really appreciate it so much. And if you are new here and you haven't subscribed yet and you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thank you guys, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.